everyone. Welcome to another session of Reader's Magnet author interview. And we have here the author of the book, Proof Required by Dawn Piston. Hi, Dawn. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Trish. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Dawn, from the previous interview we had, you shared about your aspirations in writing the material. It is based from experience, advocacy, and a form of help to those people who need it the most, especially for young abused mothers and children. As we know the reason why you published the book, can you tell us more about the story of the material? What really made Proof Required special to its readers?
Okay. The some of the characters that I used,
Mm-hmm.
Lance, the husband, was in the kind of in the construction industry, and that's what I did as a for 40 years. I was in the contracting business, and so I understood the rough, tough kind of attitude that some of these young men
Mm-hmm.
are involved in, and so I tried to draw on history of people that I knew. I had several employees who had gone through rehabilitation programs,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I had some experience at how that affected them. And
Right.
with my wife's experience as a social worker and helping abused women in a shelter, I tried to kind of incorporate all of that into this story. Um, my difference that I tried to pull on was that
Mm-hmm.
Dave, the man who helps the wife Nell, was a stranger, and so that's really kind of where I wanted my story to focus on help from a stranger. But um, that's where it all came from. I don't know if I answered your question or not.
Yes, that answers a lot. Thank you.
Okay.
It's basically from a collective experience of your wife and you working with people who have been abused, and especially the fathers who basically needs a lot of attention, and the society needs this type of story. Dawn, it's very triggering, but it's also alarming to the people who need it the most.
Yeah.
Now, w- with the sequence of thrillers and psychological chapters of the book, what's really your favorite part?
I think well, I don't know about my favorite part, but certainly my favorite character was Dolores. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Dolores is someone that the husband meets at the rehabilitation center, and
Right.
she's got a lot of problems and a lot of issues, but she really has a good heart. And I enjoyed writing about Dolores because um, she has a cocaine addiction, but she wants
Mm-hmm.
to do well, and she was absolutely my favorite character. There's a couple of scenes where Dolores is in the bar with Lance, and he's trying.
Right.
Yeah, I had fun writing some of that. Yeah,
Yes. And I guess the root of having Dolores in the story is pretty much, as a person, we opted to help people while helping ourselves. Like, human as we are, we have this instinct as we really need to help people, but at the same time, in return, we feel good. And I think that's the sense of fulfillment Dolores is feeling too when he
yeah,
helped Lance.
yeah. She turns a little evil towards the end, but I think she had a
Yeah.
really good heart. And uh, you talked about my favorite part.
Hmm.
There's an ex-wife in this story that
Exactly.
has left Lance, and no one knows where she is, and um, she is now living with her girlfriend out in California, and um, part of the scene where she is struggling with her health, I had a chance to write about her dealing with muscular dystrophy. And I have been a volunteer at the hospital here
Hmm.
in Phoenix for a while, and seeing the difficulty people have with mobility and stuff, I tried to draw on some of that, and
Hmm.
I hope that I made made people feel that they were seeing what can truly happen with people of those kinds of diseases. I enjoyed. It's hard to say I enjoyed. I thought my writing of that particular sequence or those chapters was well written. I felt that I did a good job with that.
Well, I guess not just that part, but the entire book.
Thank
Knowing that, yes, knowing that you've earned 4.8 star rating and a positive feedback in Amazon. Should your readers wait for another sequel or another volume, Dawn?
I
Ooh.
don't. I'm currently writing a book about a young man who has a spiritual guide, and I'm hoping
Hmm.
um, that this will be published as well. I hadn't thought about a sequel for Nell. At the end, she's her and her child are free of the abuse and are doing okay. Um, Perhaps there'll be a sequel. I haven't thought about that. I've gone in a different direction now. Yeah, I'm this young man with a spirit as a spirit guide. His mission in life is to help people. So I've got another helpful book going on.
Well, it opens for another publishing opportunity for you, Don. This is
Thank you.
your debut book, and you so far, I'd really like to commend you for really doing a great job with the book. You've earned several positive feedback from your readers, and they're really excited for another set or
Yeah,
another volume. Yes.
thank you. Yeah.
Yep. Now, if there's going to be a second volume in the future, Dawn, what would you like to have in the story then about Nell, about her child? Can you tell us a glimpse, maybe?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I would like. Nell was from a broken home, so
Mm-hmm.
perhaps in the sequel she could work on her parents and healing her home and her
Mm.
sisters and stuff. Now that she's got herself together, that would be something that I think would be interesting. Her
Mm-hmm.
father and mother were alcoholics, and so to be able to go back and help them, um, that's a good thought. Thank you, Trish. I hadn't thought about that.
Yes, yes, because I read the book, it's giving me a little of futuristic now. I vision out now as someone who aims for healing, someone who looks forward in the future and hopes for the future. And that is something your reader must see, There's a light after everything that happened to now. And I
Yeah,
think and I think we could all relate to that, After a storm, there's always a rainbow and there's always a hope every after struggles in life.
yeah, nice. You should be a writer. After the storm, there's always a rainbow. I like that.
Well, I
Yeah,
used to I used to work with hundreds of authors already, and so far the experience is really good. I have this idea that it's not just merely about the story, but it's really the core of these writer. Writing their passions, expressing their opinions and emotions towards it. I think writing a book is really a gift, and you're
thank you.
gifted, Don.
Thank you. Uh, I enjoy writing about helpful people helping others. That's kind of
Mhm.
where my passion goes. Yes.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now we will be waiting for the second set of the book, and hopefully Don Pingston guys will be able to give us that in the future.
We'll see. I'm not going to count it out.
Yes. So one last question, Don, before we wrap it up. If there's any Nell out there who needs a message from author Don Pingston, what would be your message for them?
Ooh. Um, to be true to themselves. I mean, if they know that this relationship is toxic,
Mm-hmm.
they need to get out of there. They need to help their child and they help themselves, and um, and don't be afraid to ask for help. That's the other thing. Judy used to say to me, these women were too afraid to even ask for help. Uh,
Right.
people people are out there that want to assist you and make your life better. So stand up for yourself and don't be afraid.
Nice, nice. And just to add on that, Don, you know, women can really choose their partner, but
Yeah,
children really cannot choose their father. So it's really up to a woman whom to choose and whom to love for the rest of their life, because that will really affect the lives of their kids.
yeah, and it's in the story. Anna is just an infant, and all of that abuse and stuff can affect a young child so dramatically. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's important for the, unfortunately, the mothers are the ones who have to take that burden on. But
Exactly.
yeah, you're right. It's an important aspect of being a mom for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. And Dawn, thank you very much for giving us an inspiration to really learn something out from the book. For sure, your readers will definitely wait for the second book as they also wait for another life of Nell.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes.
the
Yes.
conversation, Trish. Nice talking to
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So, Dawn, thank you very much for your time. You can definitely await for the for Dawn's book, guys, and the upcoming American Library Association. You can also check his book out from Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And please wait for his upcoming website where you can definitely purchase a copy and to really know more about author Dawn Pingston. Thank you
Thank you.
very much, Dawn. I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.